In a strong condemnation of the recent terror attack in Pahalgam, Prime Minister Narendra Modi called it a desperate attempt by the terrorists to halt the region's impressive progress. During the 121st episode of his radio program Mann Ki Baat, Modi praised Jammu and Kashmir's remarkable growth, including booming tourism, new schools and colleges, and plenty of opportunities for the youth. He stated that the attack showed the frustration of those who support terrorism. The Prime Minister also mentioned the support of global leaders in the fight against terrorism and promised justice for the victims, along with the toughest actions against those responsible. Recently, a series of demolitions have taken place in Jammu and Kashmir, targeting properties connected to major terror groups. On Friday, security forces destroyed the house of Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorist Jamil Ahmed in Bandipora, marking the 9th demolition. Meanwhile, the house of Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorist Amir Nazir was also blown up. These demolitions are aimed at militants including Lashkar-e-Taiba members Adnan Shafi and Farooq Ahmed. In a display of military strength, Indian warships conducted successful anti-ship missile launches in the Arabian Sea, highlighting their long-range strike capabilities. The Indian Navy released footage of BrahMos missiles fired from Kolkata-class destroyers and Nilgiri and Kriva-class frigates. A Navy spokesperson emphasized India's combat readiness, stressing its preparedness to protect maritime interests amidst rising tensions with Pakistan. Haryana Chief Minister Nayaab Singh Saini announced a compensation of 50 lakh rupees and a government job for Narwal's family, who lost their lives in the Pahalgam attack. The job will be offered to a family member of their choice. Lieutenant Narwal, a resident of Karnal, was led to rest on April 23rd, with Chief Minister Saini attending the ceremony. Speaking to the media, Saini promised strict action against the attackers and assured full support for Narwal's family. Just days after Iranian and US officials reported progress in important nuclear talks in Oman, a huge explosion hit Iran's Shahid Raja port, the country's biggest commercial port. On Saturday, a powerful blast caused a big fire, killing 14 people and injuring around 750 others. Strong winds made it hard for firefighters to control the flames. Thick black smoke spread for miles, forcing schools and offices in Bandar Abbas, more than 20 kilometers away, to close. Helicopters helped fight the fire, and many people were seen running through streets covered in debris. The explosion, which was felt even 50 kilometers away, caused heavy damage to the port's buildings. After the brutal terror attack in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir on April 22nd, where 26 civilians were killed, tensions rose outside the Pakistan High Commission in London. More than 500 members of the Indian and Jewish communities had gathered for a peaceful protest. However, things turned tense when Colonel Taimur Rahat, a senior officer in the Pakistan Army, was caught on video making a threatening, throat-slit gesture toward the protesters. The video quickly went viral and sparked global outrage. Meanwhile, the organizers strongly criticized Pakistan for playing celebratory music during the protest, calling it a clear act of provocation and support for terrorism. Earlier attacks by the Baloch Liberation Army had already revealed Pakistan's weakening control over Balochistan. On Friday, the situation worsened when a powerful IED blast in Quetta destroyed a Pakistani army convoy, killing 10 soldiers, including officers Subedar Shehzad Amin and Naib Subedar Abbas. The BLA took responsibility for the attack and promised to increase their strikes, labeling Pakistan's forces as occupiers. Just a day before, 7 Pakistani soldiers were killed and 4 wounded in Zamuran, Kolwa and Kalat as Baloch fighters seized several security posts. Pakistan's failure in Balochistan is now painfully clear. The United Nations Security Council strongly condemned the recent terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir, calling it a serious violation of global peace and security. The UNSC demanded accountability for those responsible, including the attackers, organizers, and sponsors. The Council stressed that terrorism in all its forms is a serious threat to international peace and security and called for a global cooperation to fight it. Pakistan, as a non-permanent member of the UNSC, participated in the discussions about the press statement. The Council held the attackers accountable and called for full cooperation from all nations to bring those responsible to justice. In response to India suspending the Indus Waters Treaty after the Pahalgam terror attack, former Pakistan Finance Minister Bhutto-Zardari made an irresponsible statement saying that blood will flow in the Indus rivers if India stops the water supply. These provocative comments made in his home province of Sindh followed a deadly attack by the resistance front linked to Pakistan-based Lashkar-e-Taiba, which resulted in the deaths of 26 people. India's Ministry of External Affairs announced that the treaty would be put on hold until Pakistan stopped cross-border terrorism. In the ongoing trade war, China has strongly denied having any talks with the United States. On Friday, Trump claimed that Chinese President Xi Jinping had called him, suggesting that China wanted to discuss the situation. However, China's Commerce Ministry said on Thursday that no such talks had happened. They called the reports misleading and blamed the United States for starting the trade war. Foreign Minister Wang Yi also criticized the US for extreme egotism and bullying, saying China would reveal this behavior to the world. The United States has stopped cancelling student visas for international students on Friday, according to major reports. Assistant US Attorney Joseph told a court in Washington, D.C. that Immigration and Customs Enforcement is creating a new system to review and cancel visas. Until this system is ready, the SEVIS status of the affected students will stay active or be reactivated. More than 1,500 students' visas had already been cancelled, many of them belonging to students who were protesting Israel's actions after the 2023 Hamas attack. After US President Donald Trump mentioned that Russia and Ukraine were very close to a deal, he and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskiy met at Pope Francis's funeral and had a conversation in Rome regarding the ongoing war. Following their discussions, Trump expressed doubts about Russian President Vladimir Putin's readiness. Months after Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov was assassinated, another senior general of Russia, Yaruslav Moscalik, was killed in a powerful car bomb blast near Moscow. Authorities quickly called it a targeted attack and blamed Ukraine's special services, but gave no proof. Moscalik, who was the deputy head of the General Staff's operations, died when his car, filled with shrapnel, exploded in Balashikha. The attack happened at the same time as US envoy Steve Witkoff met President Putin in Kremlin for sensitive talks about peace between Russia and Ukraine. In a tragic incident similar to past festival violence, a terrible attack took place in Canada's Vancouver on Saturday night. A car drove into a crowd at the La Poudre festival, killing several people and injuring many others, according to local police. Authorities have confirmed that the driver is in custody, but the exact number of casualties is still unknown. Vancouver Mayor Ken Sim expressed his shock at the horrific incident and sent his thoughts to the victims and Filipino community. In a high-stake IPL 2025 clash, Royal Challengers Bangalore will face Delhi Capitals at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi on Sunday. The winner of this crucial encounter will move to the top of the points table, surpassing Gujarat Titans, who currently lead with 12 points. This thrilling battle promises to be a pivotal moment in the race for the top spot.